Today we're going to decode the language of our energy systems, so let's get right into it.
A lot of people don't. This kind of jargon can be super confusing, but we're going to make it clear.
Here's how we're going to break it down. Basics, promise versus reality, grid rules, and why it all matters.
First up, power. The easiest way to think about it, it's the speed of energy flow.
Here's a super common mistake. You don't use kilowatts over time. It's just an instantaneous rate.
Okay, so what about energy? Well, if power is the flow, energy is the total amount you used.
So a 2-megawatt battery describes its power, how fast it can charge, not how much energy it holds.
Here's another way to think of it. Power is your speed. Energy is the total distance you actually drove.
Okay, next up, promise versus reality. What a power plant could do versus what it actually does.
Rated power is basically the on-the-box number. It's the max output under absolutely perfect conditions.
And for something like a battery, its energy capacity is just the size of its fuel tank. Simple.
But, the real world gets in the way. Things like weather and maintenance change everything.
And that's where capacity factor comes in. It's the reality check. What percentage of its promise did it deliver?
For example, a solar farm might hit just 25%. Why? Well, because the sun doesn't shine at night.
Then there's availability. This just means the plant is ready to go, but ready isn't producing.
And this is crucial. High availability doesn't mean high output. A solar plant is 99% available at night.
Let's talk efficiency. This is all about how much useful energy you get out versus what you put in.
Now, here's a critical point. You multiply efficiencies. You don't add them. And those small losses stack up.
All right, let's get into the rules of the grid. And sometimes these rules seem, well, kind of backward.
Curtailment is when we have to deliberately waste clean energy, usually to protect the grid from an overload.
And an export cap, think of it as a hard speed limit on how much power can hit the grid.
With fuels, there are two ways to measure energy, and you can't just mix and match them.
So why does this matter? Because speaking this language helps you cut through all the noise and misinformation.
So here's a quick cheat sheet for you. Now you've got the tools to really decode the world of energy.
So now that you speak the language, how will you see the future of energy differently? Think about it.